Yo, so I'm on a run right now. I'm about 4 miles in. And today, I wanted to run 4 miles. But guess what? How I felt like running 4, but guess what? We ended up doing 6 miles today. I didn't even want to work out today. I didn't even want to train. But guess what? Your mind has to be stronger than your fucking feelings. I felt like staying in bed. I felt like being a weakling. But guess what? I am not a fucking weakling. I am strong, I am powerful, I am healing. And my mind is my ultimate muscle. Every other muscle, once every other muscle goes out, guess what? Guess what's left? Your mind. Your mind has to be stronger than every other muscle. Your mind has to be stronger than your feeling. It doesn't matter if you don't feel like going to the gym. Your mind has to be so strong that you're still going. It doesn't matter if you don't feel like training today. Your mind has to be strong that you're still going to train. It doesn't matter if you don't feel like eating healthy. Your mind has to be strong that you still will eat healthy. Avoid the soda, avoid the sugary shit. You can have fruit here and there after you've earned it. Fuck candy, fuck all of that bullshit. That's not good for you, right? I didn't feel like backtesting yesterday, and I went through a fucking war to win that backtesting. Those backtesting trades and come out profitable. I didn't want to play chess toward my meal yesterday, and guess what? I went through a fucking war. I played like for 5 games. Lost the first one, drew the second one, lost the third one, got my rematch on the third dude, and then I won the next three games in a row. That's part of warfare. Sometimes you're gonna have to go through fucking war, right? You can't start warfare without war, right? And remember this: every time you want to give up, every time your feelings are telling you that you're tired, that you feel tired. Remember how your opponent feels. Exactly how you feel is how your opponent feels, right? Once you feel tired, your opponent feels fucking tired. Don't give up. Let him give up first. Use that mind muscle. If you feel like quitting, don't fucking quit. That's also how your opponent feels. Continue to apply pressure. Continue to not give up. Continue to be a fucking menace. Stay hard, motherfucker. Yo, this is the second time I recorded this because the fucking first time didn't fucking record. What the fuck? But now I'm about 4.5 miles in, and guess what? The main thing that I had to say in the fucking video was, I'm not trying to be fake or anything, because the real one was the one that didn't fucking record. But the main thing is today I didn't feel like fucking running, and today I only felt like running 4 miles. But guess what? We ended up running fucking 6, a little bit more than 6. And also another thing that I went over was, sometimes your mind has to be stronger than your emotions. Sometimes you're not gonna feel like wanting to go train today. Sometimes you're not gonna wanna feel like you wanna go to the gym today. Sometimes you're not gonna feel like you wanna eat healthy today. Sometimes you're not gonna feel like you wanna do your fucking job, which you're supposed to be doing, in order to be what you want to be, to achieve your goals, right? But your mind has to be fucking stronger than your feelings. I don't care if I don't feel like running today. My mind is still so strong that I will run today. And not only felt like running 4 miles, my mind told me, what? You only want to run 4 miles, fuck, you're gonna run 6. That's what you get. When you're feeling like quitting, when you're feeling like you're weak, guess what? Your mind has to be so strong that you gain power from it. From just saying, I am strong, I am powerful, I am healing. I naturally get power. I keep on going. I don't have believe in getting tired. That's for losers, that's for weaklings, right? Yesterday, I didn't want to backtest. And guess what? Because I didn't want to backtest, I ended up going through the fucking war backtesting. I lost like 4 or 5 trades in a row. And I had to make back like 1,000 pips. It was a fucking war, right? But I made it back. I knew my mind was stronger, and I will made it back. And I made it back. I was up 200 pips at the end of the backtesting session. And then after that, I wanted to eat. But for me to eat, I had to win a chess game, right? And that is me earning my meal. And as soon as I hopped on the first game, I lost. That guy didn't want to fucking give me the rematch. And then I played another one, it was a draw. And that guy didn't want to give me the rematch. And then I think I played another one, I lost that one. And then that guy gave me the rematch, and after that, I rematched him, I won, and then I won the next 2 games, right? Sometimes to win, to be successful, you didn't have to go through a war. You're gonna have to go through pain. You're gonna have to go through struggle, right? If it was easy, everybody would be fucking doing this shit. And it's not. Nothing comes easy in this fucking life. You're gonna have to work for everything. Whatever it is that you want, you're gonna have to do some kind of work for it. Mental, physical, anything, right? You're gonna have to fucking go through war. Even in boxing, whenever your mind is telling you that you feel weak, you feel tired, that's how your opponent feels. You're supposed to have more pressure right there. It's a war. It's warfare. You can't spell warfare without war, right? And your mind has to be ready for war at any point in time. Sometimes the wins are gonna come easy, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes you're gonna have to go to fucking war. And that's okay. You have to understand that. You just have to understand also that you have to come out on top. You may lose a few fucking battles. You may lose a few fucking battles. But guess what? You have to fucking come and win the war. Mind strategies. Mind strength. Your mind has to be your strongest muscle that you have in your entire body. When everything else gives up, your mind has to be there to come for the rescue. Anytime you feel like quitting, your mind has to be fucking stronger.
Yo, hello ladies and gentlemen. So you could just hold up. Hello ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good night to anybody watching this. So you just watched basically 2 videos. I thought the first video had deleted, but I ended up putting those 2 videos together. So that was literally right now. I literally just got back from the run, and I got finished with the weekly markup for the week. But right before we begin with the weekly markup, which was going to be NZDCAD, which you can see NZDCAD right here. You can pause it and read it de una vez. So this you're gonna, there you go. So you can pause it and read it. Monthly bearish, weekly bearish, daily bearish, H4, H1, bearish turning bullish. So now we hop into the chart. NZDCAD. Well, actually, before we hop into the chart, let's hop into the monthly. I wanted to go over that this month I'm in drawdown. These are the last few trades that I took. I'm drawdown 100 pips, 115 pips, 105 pips. So we're in drawdown 105 pips right now. As you can see, we were on profit for the past 7 months. We were drawdown on March. I mean, we're in profit for the year, but look at this. This is unacceptable. And a lot of trades, for example, these UJ, what is it? The UJ longs. These UJ buys at 154.58. Let's just look at that right now before we even get into NZDCAD. So I will make it back, right? But let's just look at this. And this trade was what, on the 13th of November, 154.58. 154.58. It was, I believe it was, I was trying to buy somewhere right here. Probably was testing this previous area of supply, and it was over here. So 154.58. Oh, it was actually here. So this little minor area of supply and demand zone right here. So this is where 154.58 is. So you can see 154.5. We'll just put it right there. 154.62. 154.62. Our entry was somewhere right here. 154.58. This was the 12th, so it was literally right here, like the 13th. The 13. It was literally right here. The 13. About right here. Price came back. Why did I get out of this trade? So I closed fully because it was a bad entry. Price came back and stopped me out at 7 pips. But look at this. Had I re-entered this trade, I would have been up 300 pips, right? So the bias was correct, and this was happening a lot with a lot of these trades. And right now I just got out of my losing streak with NZDCAD, right? But I just wanted to go over that. So this month I'm in drawdown. About 105 pips, and then we'll make it back. If not this month, next month. Now let's get into the NZDCAD weekly markup. And also my $40 challenge account is in jeopardy as well. I'm literally like at $3 or $4 of the account. If not, I'm gonna have to blow my, no, not blow my freaking, well, if the account gets blown, I'm gonna have to cut my freaking hair again and load it up and start a new one. It's that simple. So let's start NZDCAD from the monthly. I think these are things that the market teaches you and you have to learn, right? The life is gonna keep on throwing you the same rock until you learn how to catch it. You have to learn from your mistakes and actually learn from it like a professional. Don't just blow them by. And then when a similar opportunity pulls up, now you won't know what to do, right? So first and foremost, on the monthly NZDCAD, we're overall bearish. As you can see, overall lower highs, and then now we're approaching the previous area of 78,300, which we had mentioned. You know, our main target is 76.5. And this month, I believe we're gonna close with the bearish engulfing candle below 080, which will signify bearish continuation to the downside. Now we hop into the weekly. You can see on the weekly we already have a bearish engulfing candle and a lower high below 080. And I mean, also these shorts, I believe I missed out on the NZDCAD shorts. Look, I never even got an NZDCAD shorts. These were the sells I was supposed to enter this week. Look at this, bearish engulfing candle, lower high, perfect trade right here, dude. Look at this, 100 pips that I missed out on. But I mean, these are things. It's fine. You know what? It's fine as long as you learn. This is very important. And look, price gave me another opportunity right here on the pullback. Bearish engulfing candle, and then it melted. All right, now we might have a pullback, another pullback. So we're on the daily we're still bearish. I do still see it hitting 78,300, but now we hop into the 4 hour. Because on the 4 hour we're flipping bullish, bearish flipping bullish, because we have a double bottom below here. We have a H4 bullish engulfing candle above. We were previously had demand and then turned into supply, and now look over here. This is a higher low, and this is another bullish engulfing candle. Right, so price can literally continue bullish to test 080, and then maybe at 080 we could either have a pullback back down, or we could either break above and continue to the upside. But right now I would not sell until price breaks below this, at least below this zone, right? Even below here would be nice, right? But right now I'm actually, it may be looking like some buys at least, and we have a nice target here. This would be TP1, which TP1 would be around 50 pips, right? But I mean, we're over at bearish, so I wouldn't advise to buy. I would just wait for the sell. So now let's get into NZDCAD. Well, actually, let's go into UJ. Let's go from top to bottom. So UJ, man, this thing is not focusing. UJ, you can pause it and read it. Monthly bullish, weekly bullish, daily bullish, trending bearish, H4, H1 bearish. Let's get into UJ. You always want to start from the monthly into the downside. So you can see we're overall bullish. Even a little kid could tell you that we're overall bullish. Price failed to break below 140. Respected 140 as a support. And then look at this. We have a bullish engulfing candle above 151, which previously used to be a nice area of supply, and now we're on the way to 160. On the weekly we have a strong bullish engulfing candle above 151, another bullish engulfing candle above that, and then we're just testing right now previous area of supply. We're having some sort of reaction to it right now, but we're still overall bullish. On the daily bullish engulfing candle, higher low, daily bullish engulfing candle, higher low, daily bullish engulfing candle, higher low, huge daily push to the upside. And then we're having actually we was bullish turning bearish because of this. Price tested below 158, and we're failing to break above it. And now I do believe that we're gonna have a pullback to at least to these lows right here. And maybe at these lows we could either have this push back to the upside, or we could have the break and continue to 151, and then at 151 maybe we have the push to the upside or break below and continue to the downside. And then if you hop into the 4 hour, the 4 hour already clearly bearish. Look at this break of structure here, as you can see. Break of structure there, and we have our bearish engulfing candle here, and we have another lower high here below. So price definitely, I definitely do see it continue melting at least to this zone right here, right? And this will definitely be our first target if you're already in shorts, because price can also pull back here, but we have to wait for this. It might give us a setup for a nice continuation buy, pullback buy, something like this. And then you want to enter here, or the price breaks below here, maybe you will want to enter at 151, because again 151 is a really nice zone, really strong zone. It already gave us from the push up, I mean from this first push up it gave us 200 pips, but look, from the second push up it gave us 700 pips, holy smokes. And then this push down gave us 400 pips, and then this other push down gave us 1,000 pips, and then this push down over here gave us 400 pips, and then this push up gave us 390 pips, 380 pips. So you have to be on the lookout for 151 at UJ. It's a nice, really strong area of supply and demand. So now let's get into USDCAD. You can pause it and read it. Monthly bullish, weekly bullish, daily bullish, H4, H1 bullish. We're fully bullish on USDCAD. Yeah, we want to start from the monthly. The monthly, we're overall bullish. You can see we even respected this previous bullish trend, and we already have a monthly bullish engulfing candle above 139, which was a previous strong area of supply, then turned into demand over here. We hop to the weekly. The weekly are overall bullish, weekly bullish engulfing candle above 139, and we have a higher low above it. Next target is 142, which is obviously a previous area of supply and demand, but it's not really that strong, to be honest. I mean, it comes back all the way over here, supply, demand, supply. So let's see what it does over here. I do believe price is gonna hit all the way to 147. So I do believe that this zone is just gonna, we might have even a couple of trades above it, something like this. Then as well, price can respect that supply, and we might come back down and test 139 again. But right now it's bullish. On the daily, we're bullish. You can see daily bullish engulfing candle, higher low above it. Price started pulling back here, and then was this last week? No, this was not last week. This was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, price pulled back to 139 after testing this previous area of supply and demand right here. Boom, pull back to 139, respected it perfectly. And this is where I had gotten into a trade, actually, into USDCAD buys. Wait, was it October? USDCAD. I think it was one of my last trades of October. Yep, look at this. October 139.025. 139. Yep, because it was still in October. 139.025. So actually I hadn't even gotten a really good entry. Look at that, 139.012. So it was around here. And price, I mean, look at this. The thing is that I don't know why I closed fully, dude. I secured at 37 pips and closed fully at 92 pips, bruh. This was a really good trade. It was actually the best trade I took last week. And look at that. Right now it would have been even not just up 90 pips, it would have been up 180 pips, and I would have still been in the trade, right? But you live and you learn. Oh man, that kind of right. But I still see it. If price fails to break above here, or maybe we test 142, we might come back test 139, and we might have another opportunity. Previous daily bullish engulfing candle, daily higher low. Still bullish on the daily, and then we hop into the 4 hour. You can see we were turning bearish here, and we left a strong supply zone here. We even broke structure here with a strong pull, strong supply zone. Then price did all of this liquidity here, sweeped it, and then we came back to clear to the upside. So now this supply, it could literally be respected, and price could literally start melting here. So now this is what I'll be looking for. I'll be looking for either this or more south below here, maybe possibly to 139. That's why it's bullish. Wait, it's fully bullish, but it should actually be bullish turning bearish. So actually, no, not fully, because this could still happen. This could be a higher low above this, so it would be turning bearish once we're already seeing no strength above here. Right now we're still pretty bullish, because price can still continue just flying right here, right? It does not have to test, this does not have to respect that supply. It could also break above it, create a higher low above it, and respect and create new demand above it. Remember, a previous strong area supply can either be respected as supply, or it can be breaking above and tested as new demand. So two things could happen, either buy or the sell. So now I would literally just wait for price to get here. Here we will know either if buys are strong here, or if they're not strong, then we're gonna sell. If they're strong, then we might possibly buy. Now let's get into GJ. Wait. Monthly bullish, weekly bullish, daily bullish turning bearish, H4H1 bearish. Let's get into GJ. You always want to start from your monthly. You can see from the monthly we're overall bullish, really strong. Monthly bullish engulfing candle above 195. And we have another monthly bullish engulfing candle above 195. Price failed to break below 180. And you can see 195 is a previous strong area of demand, supply. Right now it's acting as demand again. And we're actually on the way to this strong target, which is 208, which is in itself a strong area of supply. And then we hop into the weekly. You can see it better. Price overall bullish. Weekly bullish engulfing candle and a higher low above 195. And then we had a previous area of supply and demand here. Supply, demand. Price broke above it, created a higher low above it, and then now actually just notice this nice little trend here. You can see price is respecting the bullish trend, and I do definitely see price smacking 208 here, which is about 300 pips away. Now we hop into the daily. The daily we're still bullish. They tried flipping here, tried flipping bearish after testing the previous area of supply. You can see the first test, and then we pushed back down all the way to 199, which I knew this push was to the downside was going to happen because we had this spread gap here, right? But now look, we're respecting this previous area of supply again. But now it's just, is it going to have any strength, or is it going to continue bullish? It's a very similar thing to UJ. Hop into the 4 hour. Actually, the daily is bullish turning bearish, and then actually on the 4 hour and the 1 hour is already bearish. Why? Because we failed to break above, what is it, 206, 500, and then we just had a H4 bearish engulfing candle, and now we're on the way to this previous area of supply and demand. So definitely here we're either gonna have the retest and create a higher low and continue bullish, or we're gonna break below, create a lower high and continue bearish. All we have to do is wait for this for GJ and for UJ. Very, very, very similar setups. Actually, let me even set an alert here. Shit expires in December. What the fuck? Alright. So alert set for this zone right here. As soon as price hits this zone, either we're gonna have test for buys or break below for sells. Now let's get into GBPUSD. Last but not least, GBPUSD, monthly bearish, weekly bearish, daily bearish, H4H1 bearish turning bullish. Let's hop into the monthly. You can see on the monthly, we were bullish, but as soon as price tested 137,500, we had a huge pullback to the downside, and this was a monthly bearish engulfing candle. And we even closed below 134. And you could no, actually not really. The next one kind of closed below 132. But right now we are below 132. And then we hop into the weekly. On the weekly we had a weekly double bottom below 137,500, and we had a weekly bearish engulfing candle and a lower high below 132. So even though we didn't bearish engulf on the monthly below 132, we did bearish engulf it below it on the weekly. And we have a weekly lower high below it as well. So this is literally just looking like price is going to continue melting. First target is going to be here. As you can see, strong area of demand. We might have a retracement once we get there, which is 128. Or we might not even have a retracement. We might have some break belows and continue to 120. right? But that's a zone where you start taking profits. Now let's hop into the daily. On the daily, you can see we're still bearish. Daily bearish engulfing candle below. We had the pullback. We had the retracement to 132. And then we had the continuation to the downside. Huge daily bearish engulfing candle. Right now, this still looks like it's going to continue mounting all the way to 128 as a first target. Literally, even possible sales if price can break below this low right here. Maybe we test it as previous demand, tested as new supply to continue. First target will be 208. Second target would be 120. And then now we hop into the 4 hour. The 4 hour actually looking like it's flipping. It's bearish still, as you can see. Bearish engulfing candle, break of structure, lower highs. But right now we're seeing this H4 double bottom. And if price breaks above here, which is obviously previous area of demand, we could turn it into demand again, meaning that price could fly back to 132. If you're in sales, be careful. I would actually be looking for sales. I mean, if I was in my sales here, I'd be holding risk free. But if your sales here, then I'd be possibly closing as soon as the market opens, and be looking to re-enter once price breaks below here, right? Or maybe even look for entry at 132 if it does pull back as a higher time frame, lower high, right? But for now, most pairs are literally we just have to wait, and that's literally the main thing in trading. You just have to wait. You just have to be patient, because most of the time you're gonna be right. Your analysis will be right. It's just that your patience will make you be wrong sometimes when you were right the first time, right? So that's it. Good luck for you trading this week. I command you health, wealth, knowledge, wisdom for you and your entire family. Peace and love.